When we talk about countries printing money, it doesn't always mean giant printing presses working overtime. It's a metaphor for increasing the money supply. Think of it like this. Imagine a pie representing all the money in a country. Printing money is like adding more slices to that pie. Now you might think, more pie for everyone. Sounds great. But hold on. If you keep adding slices without making the pie bigger, what happens? Each slice gets smaller, meaning it's worth less. That's kind of what can happen when a country prints too much money. Sometimes it's necessary to boost the economy, especially during tough times. The key takeaway here is that printing money is a balancing act. Too much, and we risk runaway inflation. When we think about money, we often picture those crisp bills in our wallets or the coins jingling in our pockets. That's physical money, something we can touch and hold. But in today's digital age, there's another type of money we use all the time. Digital money. Digital money exists only in electronic form. Think about the numbers you see when you check your bank account online or the transactions you make using your debit card. That's digital money in action. Countries can print both physical and digital money. They can physically print more banknotes or simply add more digits to accounts electronically. It's not just about printing bills anymore, it's about managing the flow of digital currency as well. So why would a country want to print more money in the first place? There are a few key reasons. One major reason is to stimulate economic growth. When the economy is sluggish, people tend to spend less, businesses slow down, and job creation stalls. Printing money can inject cash into the system, encouraging spending and investment. Another reason is to deal with government debt. Countries sometimes find themselves in debt, owing money to other nations or institutions. Printing money can be a way to pay off these debts, although it can have consequences we'll discuss later. It's a tool that governments need to use carefully, considering the potential benefits and drawbacks. Section 4. Inflation. Too much money, too few goods. Remember that pie analogy? When a country prints too much money, it's like adding too many slices to the pie without making the pie bigger. Each slice becomes smaller, representing a decrease in the value of each unit of currency. This is called inflation. If everyone suddenly has more money, they might rush to buy the same goods and services. But if the supply of those goods and services doesn't increase at the same rate, prices will go up. Inflation can erode the purchasing power of your money. While a little inflation is normal and even healthy for a growing economy, high or uncontrolled inflation can be a major problem. Section 5. Deflation. Why falling prices can be scary. Deflation is the opposite of inflation. It's when the general price level of goods and services falls over time. While this might sound like a good thing, who doesn't love lower prices? Deflation can actually be a sign of a weak economy and can lead to a downward spiral. When prices are falling, people and businesses tend to hold off on spending. This decrease in demand can force businesses to lower prices even further, cut production and lay off workers, which further weakens the economy. Deflation can also make it harder to repay debts. It's a balancing act. Governments aim for a stable economy with slight inflation, avoiding the extremes of both inflation and deflation. Section 6. Central banks, the money guardians. Central banks play a crucial role in managing a country's money supply. They act as independent institutions responsible for implementing monetary policy, which includes decisions about printing money, setting interest rates, and controlling the amount of money circulating in the economy. One of the primary goals of a central bank is to keep inflation in check. Central banks aim for a sweet spot of moderate inflation, which is seen as healthy for economic growth. In essence, central banks act as guardians of a country's monetary system, working to maintain stability, control inflation, and promote economic growth. So there you have it. Printing money is a complex issue with far-reaching implications for a country's economy. It's about finding that delicate balance between stimulating growth and keeping inflation in check.